Well, good morning. This has been a fiasco of a morning trying to get home. Just dropped off that big FedEx van. I don't know if you can see, there's a tractor trailer trying to back out here. You can't make this turn because 68 is shut down, so everybody's been trying to get around Cumberland, which is impossible to get onto 68. Now, right up here, coming down into Cumberland, there's a truck rolled over on its side. It was there about 8 o'clock this morning when I went by. I think I have a clip of it driving by. I might insert it in here. But, and back here, off the truck route, there's a sign that says, low bridge, truck route, turn this way, low bridge ahead, 12 inches, or 12 foot 10 inches. Low bridge, low bridge, low bridge. And there is a truck jammed up underneath of it. So this is a tight turn. I see why he couldn't make it, but I'm pretty sure I can make this turn. So I've really been talking about how I haven't been relying on load boards, or heck, even using them. And like today, I just dropped off up in Oakland, Maryland. Now I'm headed to back towards home to pick up two, which would be like referrals or people that got my number from somebody. And I'm headed to, we got one pickup. I think I'm gonna grab it today, and then take that back to my house because today I'm loading up my mega cab that has been torn apart for way too long. Since I don't have the time, I'm going to take it up to the shop and get it put back together. So, our buddy Ron owns Backwood Diesels, and I just asked him, I said, hey, I know I tore it apart and I just don't have the time to put it back together. I'll buy the gasket kit and all the other odds and ends stuff I need. I just got a brand new head to put on it. I said, sure, bring it up, we'll put it back on. So it'll be nice to have that put back together and then just pick it up when it's done and ready to go, instead of worrying about it. You know, I trust him, I trust his guys, you know, more than I really trust myself. So it'd be good to have that done. So I've got, man, I didn't get all the details. I know I got a crew cab long bed Ford that goes to, I want to say Caseyville, Illinois, which is somewhere near like East St. Louis. And then I've got a square body Chevy truck that comes from near my house as well, that goes to Three Rivers, Michigan. So I've got to shoot to Michigan, then shoot straight down. And I was just talking to my customer who is that I get all these vans for, and he always buys stuff everywhere. He texts me all the time. I was like, hey, are you by chance by Atlanta? Or are you by this place? Do you want these two down I got out of Georgia? Do you want these two I've got out in Ohio? Always gives me first shot, which is awesome. And it's weird that I'm like, I don't think I've ever actually gone to St. Louis, like directly to St. Louis for work. So I told him, I was like, hey, do you have anything out there? He's like, well, I'm bidding on like 8 to 10 vans today. And I know there's some, you know, out that way, maybe Indiana, Ohio, Illinois. I said, well, just let me know. You know, Wednesday, Thursday at the latest, I'd pick up out there. So it gives him time if he buys something to pay for something. And then it might even entice him to look out there because he knows he can get it back. So that would be nice. If that doesn't work out, I will, if I have to, get on the load board and look. But I thought I had something else. There's an equipment company near my hometown that they just like buy and sell equipment, and they've got stuff always posted in like the weirdest places. Like I'll see it on Facebook, and then like I'll see them post on Facebook about it. Like they're like, I need this and this shipped. I got it on U-ship, but I can't get it moved. And I figured as much as equipment as they move, they would like, you know, either invest in like becoming a broker to, or like being able to post on some type of load board. Like even if they had just like central dispatch, to being able to post, because it's like skid steers. There's a wood chipper. There's a small paver, like a curb machine. It's just odds and ends stuff. And I text somebody I know to try and get a hold of somebody there that I could talk to see what they have, and maybe start handling more of their inbound and outbound stuff, because they're right where I used to live, and I've delivered there before. It's kind of a this operation's a little rougher. It's not like a big auction company or anything. It's more of like a, you know, mom and pop backwoods organization. They do bring in and sell a lot of equipment. So I'm gonna head home or towards home. This truck I'm picking up's like 15 minutes from my house, but I told them 12:30, or they said they could be there at 12:30. So I got about 20 minutes to kill, but I think I'm just gonna head over there, and then if I gotta sit, it's on a farm, so if I just gotta sit there and wait, that's just what I'll do. It is definitely a beautiful day, and I do miss living out here sometimes. So I am headed up to Backwoods Diesels to drop off my mega cab. As you can see, it's on the trailer behind us. Got the brand new head for it. Our buddy Ron is going to put her back together and get her running for me. I have the time to take off, and I could have done all the work myself, but part of the problem with having young kids at home is you're constantly distracted. Like, especially with my son wanting to be outside all the time. And I don't blame him. He wants to know what I'm doing. He wants to come over and investigate. He wants to pick up tools, which I love. And it's just tough when you're trying to work on something like that, is to lose track of what you're doing, or something go missing, or something you're using is missing. And safety wise, most importantly for me, him being around that stuff. So it's just easier to pay somebody, and that's why it's taken so long. Is I was like, oh, I'll take this time off, I'll do it. I take a little time off. There's other things that need to be done. There's other things going on that I could help with, whether it be at the house or on the farm, or there's just always something going on. So figure I'll I text Ron and asked if he'd be willing to put it back together, and he said absolutely. So I'm gonna haul it up to him, and knowing him, it'll probably be done in the next couple hours. I don't expect him to rush on it, but I am anxious to get it back. But I know when Adam blew up his motor and 490,000 miles or something in his Hotshot truck, and put a hole in a piston. Pretty sure Ron had the engine out, rebuilt, everything within just a couple days. It probably took longer to get everything gathered parts wise than it did to actually do the work, because of how efficient he is. So I appreciate him helping me out. That way I know it's done. I know it's done correctly. They can adjust the valves and everything, and make sure the head's retorqued, and I won't have to worry about it. Peace of mind knowing when I come up here to pick it up, it'll be ready to drive. So I'm gonna figure out a way somehow. It's about an hour and a half. It's about 2 hours from my house through these roads. Maybe an hour and a half if we were just in a pickup or in my wife's car. Just thinking about finding a way to drive up here, and maybe have her bring me up here. That way I can drive it back, because it needs inspected, which it's getting switched to Maryland. So if it was just going to be Pennsylvania, I could have had him do it, but it's going to get switched to Maryland and all that. So I got some things on the list to get done with that, but a couple miles up the road here, we'll pull in and we'll get this thing unloaded. Well, we're westbound. Finally. little later than we wanted to be, but we're loaded. I'll show you what we got. We got 2 trucks behind us. We've got I think it's a 01 Ford F350 crew cab long bed V10, which goes to Caseyville, Indiana. Caseyville, Illinois. We're outside of St. Louis. It's going to a horse farm. Gentleman who watches me on watches my videos on the interwebs came across me, and I appreciate the business. And then I've got someone's gonna shoot me for this. I don't know what year it is. It's a square body Chevy. I guess it would be a single cab long bed. I guess that would be that configuration. I'll show you guys once I stop next. I'm in Breezewood, Pennsylvania right now. Man, some things you see on the road, and I may just be this dumb hotshot driver and this and that and whatever other people have to say, but there's a semi over here to my right, and a guy just got fuel, pulls up out of the fuel island and leaves, and his chains are so loose on the tractor. He's got 2 tractors on it. Probably one that's probably like a 12 to 14 or 15,000 pound tractor, and he's probably got a 30,000 pound tractor on the back, maybe 25 to 30,000 pound tractor on the back. The chains are so loose on the back tractor that they have like slack, like they're bowed because they have so much slack in them. Because they got one chain on it through the hitch pin, and then one on the front, which, I mean, you figure, I don't know what size chain they were, so you figure that's maybe 20,000 pounds of, and he's only got one binder, which is probably why the chains are so loose to begin with. That's why I like to use 2 binders, so you have 2, you're pulling from both ends and can get them tight. Chains are sometimes hard to get tight because depending on like what they're wrapped around, whatever, the chain will get stuck as it's trying to like go over the axle or whatever around a hitch pin. Anyways, he didn't even check them, just rolled out. Like, what are you doing when you're getting fuel? Like, that is prime time to be walking around checking your load. Like, what else do you do when you get fuel? My thing is, when I get out, I throw away whatever trash I have from my last stop, whether it be like a wrapper or an empty drink or whatever it may be. Sometimes a fountain soda just gotta be diet though. Gotta be diet. That's too much sugar. Like, what are you doing while you're fueling it? It amazes me. But then again, nothing really surprises me anymore. Especially if you're filling up like both tanks on a semi. I mean, it takes a couple minutes to do so. So walk around, get out, look at stuff, touch stuff. That's what I always tell people. Like, I always try to help people, you know, getting like just stupid stuff that nobody really like, you know, teaches you, or like if you get hired on to somebody, nobody ever really teaches you that kind of stuff. Get out, look, touch stuff, smell stuff. That's a telltale sign of, you know, heat and burning smells and loose, you know, straps or chains or whatever it may be. Like, that's the easiest time. As soon as you get off the highway after rolling is the easiest time to catch an issue like that before it becomes another issue. Like, I'll stop again in probably 120 miles maybe, because I'll be on the turnpike. It'll depend where that last rest area is before that stint into Ohio where there's no rest areas. But I'll stop there just to really get out and look at things. I don't know, man. I didn't really ever have any formal type of training other than, you know, what my dad taught me, and it's kind of something I've always been taught, even before I worked for myself, when it was just, you know, hauling trailers for fun. You know, just really beating that into your mind of, you know, getting out and looking, smelling, touching, just catch a problem. If you can catch a problem, especially when it's coming out of your pocket, if if you have a problem. It's a lot cheaper to fix before it's completely melted down or completely destroyed than it is, you know, that, because if it's not completely destroyed, sometimes it gives you an option to limp somewhere to get it fixed, or whatever the case may be. You know, not getting it fixed at a TA, so getting it fixed, you know, from a third party that's a little cheaper, or whatever it may be. Or say, you know, tonight you see something that you know can get you down the road for another couple hours, but it's going to be an issue. It's like, sorry, I'm a little distracted right now. I'm trying to figure out what these people are doing. Can't really see. Looks like a not so good situation. I don't know. I know people are hard on their luck sometimes, and stuff just doesn't work out. But when you see kids involved, man, it's sad. One thing is why I try to just stay on the straight and narrow when it comes to work, and work smart. So I never have my family in that situation of not having a place to live or not having any options. That'll tug on the old heartstrings a little bit. Anyways, I'm done talking about the guy in the chains. Let's just get down the road. Well, stopped and got dinner because next stop is gonna be our sleeping place. So here's what we got. There's the long bed V10 truck. Here's a Silverado, a really nice truck. I'll show you something, and I don't know if it's the year or the paint that they used when they painted these, so you can see how clean this thing is. Let me get to the back, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Like, you can see how clean this truck is. I mean, as far as no rust, but the paint would start to like bubble. It's not actually rust, it's just in the paint. As you can see, there's no rust behind that. That's the only flaw on this truck. But other than that, it runs good, drives good. It's a very nice truck. But just in certain spots you can see, even on the white, maybe some body person can tell me why they do that, but she's loaded up. Then this old trusty gal, she's going out to a horse farm in Illinois. She's folks' daughter that lives out there. Wanted to get her truck out there, so she's a little older, got some miles, so they didn't want to drive it all the way out there, but still a good running truck. Nothing wrong with it.